Greetings, beautiful ones. Sonya, the founder of Empowered Sovereign, being the light, embracing presence. So, dear ones, in this video, I am sharing with you all that I know that many of you who are new to this lingo of being energetic signatures, multi-perceptional, that because, and I want to talk about this because it's relevant. There you go. It's relevant what I'm going to share right now. This is the end of 2025, and every soul, even if you are unaware of what is happening energetically, okay? Because everything that I discuss is about us being energetic essences that are infinite. So, what I just said, for most people, do not resonate. People do not understand completely what I'm saying. And the reason be, because guess what, dear ones? I'm a part of the collective as well. Parts of the collective may not resonate because they have not, during the course of their lives, and I'm speaking of more than one life, have not openly expressed, shared with this type of language, with this type of dialogue, with this type of conversation, because parts of the collective, for one, rather not talk about us being energetic perceptions. A large part of the collective rather to stay in the same mundane type of reality and then complain when things do not work out the way that most think it should. Yeah, it's understandable. But this is a part, dear ones, of our evolution. Yes, remember that word. We are always evolving. So, because this is the end of 2025, the year of the serpent, yes, the year of the serpent, dear ones, of the snake. And what does the snake do? The snake sheds its skin. So, this is what all of us is doing, even if you are unaware that you are doing this. You are doing this, maybe passively and unconsciously, because we are one encompassing heart, one encompassing mind. As I said, we are a energetic force. This is what makes us who we are. This is what makes us exist. So this conversation is relevant because you're relevant. Yes, you are relevant. So this year was all about stepping up, evolving, being open, releasing all of the things. And I mean all of it, the habits, the people, the routines, the lingo, the beliefs, the thoughts, the actions. This year has been about all of that. And we are going through right now and will continue to go through a global reset. That means all of us is up leveling, okay? We are up leveling. Just think, because this will make it more understandable for many, which I do know everybody understands what I'm saying, but I have to say that because there is always a select few that do not understand. So just making sure everybody understands. Okay, so I just lost my thought. Yes, we are always evolving. This is our essence. Now, dear ones, let me just share with you. Ever since I was a child, okay, this is how I know certain things. And I have always been taught to tune in and listen to my own inner guidance. So I have been that type of person that has tuned into my own inner guidance. And of course, just like many others, I have seeked outside of myself to receive guidance for certain things that I felt, okay, I need to really understand what is happening. Okay. So, as I said, for me, as a very young child, okay, young, we're talking 4 years old, 4 or 5, I knew that I was here for a purpose. Now, of course, I didn't have the language, I didn't have the whole plan. We never know the whole plan, but I did know that I was here for a purpose. And in addition to that, I knew why I was here. Okay? This is a small child, okay, that didn't have a wide vocabulary, but there's a time and a place that you just know. So for me, from the very beginning, I knew. I just didn't know all the details. I didn't know that I was going to embark on this journey that has been filled with many storms, ups and downs, heartache, confusion, addiction. What else? Thinking you know, but you really don't know. All of these things and much, much more. Yeah, I knew. So that's clear cognizance, dear ones. So if you too have this knowing, you just know. There's no explanation, okay? There's no little breadcrumbs. You just know, okay? So that is clear cognizance. So if you have found yourself throughout the course of your journey, just knowing certain things, that is one of your gifts. That is one of your gifts that you have tapped into. And do not allow another person to sway you or make you feel like, okay, you know something, but then they'll tell you something else to make you change your mind to what they believe. No, no. Do not fall into that trap. Yeah, and I'm calling it a trap because I have done it as well. And I know it is a part of the journey, but we have to trust in ourselves. Okay, so that's clear cognizance. You just know. Okay, you just know. There's no explanations. Okay, that's the power that we have, and that's just one of our gifts. We have many gifts. And this whole journey, too, is to establish your gifts so you can do your purpose, your mission in life. Yes, every one of us has a purpose. Yes, we all have a purpose, dear ones. So when you can acknowledge, just right now, pause for a moment. If you're watching this video, that means that you have connected to your soul language that is nudging you to dive deeper and to explore more of you. Yes, this is another thing. We have to explore ourselves. And a lot of us explore ourselves exteriorly or externally, correction, because we live in a material world, right? Just like Madonna said, living in a material world. I'm a material girl. Let me tell you, Madonna knew what she was talking about way back then. And I was a little girl, and I didn't know what she was talking about as a little girl, but I know now as an adult. So, yes, we live in a material world. So, we want all the material gain and prosperity and fame and whatever else comes with the material. And guess what? That's great because this is why we're here as well, is to be a part of this material world, but yet remember who we are. Yes, that's a part of it as well. Because when we do know who we are, we can live out our purpose. Yes. And all of those illusions that we create, listen to what I'm saying, dear ones, we create everything. Yeah. If you entertain certain things in your life, then guess what? Those things are going to be in your life. So, because we're in the year of the serpent, we are releasing, releasing, releasing. We're going through deaths and rebirths, deaths and rebirths, death and rebirth. Yes, we are constantly going through that. So when 2026 comes, we will be a brand new version. And we still will be going through deaths and rebirths because there's so many layers to us. We are simple yet complex. Yes, we are. But we, as long as we are in this material world, as Madonna said, we will always be leveling up. We will always be learning and growing unless you put the brakes on your reality and you say, no, I want to just stay this way. And guess what? You have the choice to do that. Yeah, you have the choice to stay. Stay in the familiar. Stay in what I call it is the box of limitation. It is not in our essence to stay in limitation. Yeah, that's what I have found out because I have tried it many times unconsciously. Yeah. So, dear ones, we are in the year of massive transformation. We are acknowledging that we are an energetic force, a multi perceptional force that is infinite. Okay. We are infinite. We are the vastness. How you like that? Did you ever thought or think that you were infinite? Did you? And did you even think, just right now, pause and allow yourself to understand this, that you are connected to everything? Now, when I say everything, I mean the people who have left this physical world as well. They are a thought away. Yeah, a thought away. Because our essence is consciousness. So we create all the time. So if you stay in a limited perception, that means you cannot create. You cannot create a different world for yourself because you have decided to stay in a limited perception. Now, Einstein, and I don't know his exact words, but one of his quotes is in reference to, I'd rather have an imagination than to have all of the book smarts. Okay, now this is me speaking. These are not his exact words, but this is the reference point to what he was saying, which is he rather have an imagination, because when you do have an imagination, that is what makes your world colorful. It makes your world exciting and fun, and you can connect to everything because you are already connected to everything. Okay, so we are very fascinating. In this video, I share we are energetic essences, we are multi perceptional essences, and we are infinite. So our soul, our essence lives on. It has always lived on. The only point of a beginning and an end is our physical incarnation. That is when we have that beginning and end. Yes, but our true essence is infinite. So we leave this physical and we go on to another life experience. Because this world, dear ones, and I was shown this, but heart discern what I say, always heart discern what everybody says. You check in with yourself first. You don't have to take my word for it because this is my truth. But if you resonate, then that's a different story. But what I have been shown is that this is a holographic world, meaning, guess what? Everything that we're seeing is really not there. Yeah, we are creating it from our imagination. And what did I just say about Einstein? So we have to tap into our imagination and create. So when we don't create and we don't tap into our imaginations, what we're doing, we are replaying a old version of humanity's history. So how boring is that, huh? Think about it. What is exciting is creating a new reality. Yeah, but we are creatures of habit. So we have to get out of our own way. Yes, we do. So I am here bringing that awareness because I already know that everyone has had many moments on their journey where they could not explain certain things, where they did not agree with certain people. When these things happen, these are the points in time that you are supposed to key in and see what's really happening. Yeah, because, yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening. But yes, dear ones, I was shown by an archangel. And guess what, dear ones? When I was shown this, I didn't even know what archangels were. No, I didn't. Or I didn't have any experience. I didn't grow up believing in archangels. No, I did not. I was in the church, but I did not believe in archangels. But this was a profound moment on my journey, and I was shown the holographic universe. It was all black, and I was shown in sacred geometry us, the human experience. I was shown us, and it was very beautiful. It was all types of beautiful sacred geometry symbols moving in and out in a rhythm. It was a artistic interpretation that was a representation of the human life experience, like all life. Yeah, I was shown that from Archangel Metatron. Yes, Archangel Metatron. Yeah, I received information and images, and it was one of the most beautiful displays I have ever seen. Because guess what? I have never seen anything like that before in my life. Okay? So I was shown that this is a holographic world. So that means everything that I create, everything that you create is your world. So we all live in our own world in this universe. So we are all our separate universes, and we are creating our reality. Wow, isn't that fascinating? Really, it is. I think it's very fascinating. So when you know that about yourself, I like to say this to you guys all the time, that everything that we've been fussing about, arguing about, disagreeing about, all of those things, they're insignificant. Yeah, they're insignificant to the vast reality of who you are. Yeah, you're the universe, meaning you can change it up right now. You can change every part of your life right now. And another thing I have found out is that everything on this earth is supporting you. Yeah, everything. It is our thoughts and beliefs that navigate our journey. So if you don't believe certain things, guess what happens? That narrows your chances of connection with people, of opportunities, you name it, because of your disbelief. Yeah. So, dear ones, just key in that you are the universe, that you are infinite. And I love to connect with many of you. I love to connect in general. I love to speak to other souls to get their input. Yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it because I love connection. I love connection. And when I hear about a person that may be not having such a great time, or then I'm one of those people, if you're in my circle, that okay, let's get to the root of that. Let's heal that. Let's bring some solution to whatever is happening, because I already know that we are creators and we can create a solution. Yeah, if we're open. You see how that works? But if you're not open to solutions, then we will stay in a limited perception where you cannot find solutions. Okay? So you're the universe, dear ones. So everything that you have learned, take note of that, but now add to what you have learned on your life journey. Yes, learn from all of it. Because what did I say? We are fascinating in our essence. Everything about us is fascinating. But when we don't know who we are, that brings in confusion. It brings in, at times, anger and anxiety because we're not sure. Yeah, we're not sure. And that's okay, dear ones. It is okay. Because when the time is right, you will see the light in you. All right, beautiful ones. Sonya from Empowered Sovereign, always wishing you beautiful, expressive outcomes. All right, take care.